As Elliot finishes applying the last of the antiseptic, Dusk looks down upon the corpse of the creature that had latched itself onto her arm. A dangerous foe, unlike any she has faced, but this night has been filled with many of those foes, both living and dead. The twins will have to brave the foggy woods to make their way back to their home. Apologies will have to be made to the elves about the destruction of their door, but they seem to pay the twins no mind, hurrying about with their business. Perhaps the corpse of the large feline creature is gift enough. What other horrors await? Kia ora, Legionnaires. Rycon here, and welcome back to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, No Hope, where we had a harrowing experience with this thing here, a Todd cat. Now we could try and butcher it, but I think we don't want to disturb these very nice clean surfaces that the elves have here. So we'll leave them the cat's corpse as a little gift, and we are going to be making our way back out. But I think before we do, let's maybe try and take some significant painkillers. So we'll go for some codeine and we'll take 2 aspirin, and hopefully that'll start to help. Dusk is already feeling hungry, peckish, and I don't want to be eating the dry cat food. So we're not gonna. We're just gonna have to wait until we get back home before we have more Dusk. That's your dive bag, huh? Yeah. Okay, well, we do have everything that we need. Elliot's bayonet is a little damaged, but this still seems to be doing enough. And of course, Elliot's completely fine. It looks like he did a pretty good job with all the bandaging and disinfection. The only one that's bad is the one that's on our right arm. Maybe we'll just go and apply a new one here. Yeah, make sure that's a good bandage. It'll give Dusk a good chance to heal it. And now from here, well, we could travel through the known woods, but honestly, I think just trying to do a direct northwestern route up here towards this road is going to be the easiest thing for us to do. We are going to have to stop a few times to try and wait for Elliot to catch up, Dusk being much faster, although she might be a little slower now with all of these wounds. Yeah, her speed is lowered, so hey, that kind of works out for us. So, off we go into the night, past ravens, and perhaps even more. Okay, stopping for a moment here because we can hear noises, buzzing noises out here in the woods. Yeah, buzz. Bees? Well, there aren't any hives that we can see around here. There is a Migo tower over towards the northeast. Let's just try and get away from that buzzing if we can. I'm not keen to figure out what it is. Oh, is it just locust? It might just be locust. Yeah, interesting. I have not seen locust before. Let's see. We'll get a little closer. Giant locust and locust. Yeah, okay. So that's what the buzzing in the woods is. It's locust. How peculiar. And that's something that I think we're going to have to watch out for on our farm. If we start to try and grow crops at a larger scale, then yeah, we'll have to be mindful. But, you know, the farm is mostly pastures. We do have the greenhouse, and I think that's where we're going to be growing most of our things for Dusk and Elliot. But, okay, we're actually entering known territory now. Excellent. There's the radio tower, and we can see the path that we have walked through the woods here, the different ones that we've taken. And I'm glad at least that this one was clear. Elliot, you're still with us? Yeah, there you are. Okay, all right, let's get back inside that house. Okay, and it was on the other side that I think we set up the plank, so let's see. It is still there. Very good. Means that no one else has come in while we've been gone. Elliot, go and get inside here. Don't slip, don't fall. We will remove the plank just to be safe and haul that back on over here. Okay, all right, well done, team. You made it back. Okay, so first of all, chunks of fat. We need to eat more of this stuff because Dusk has spent a lot of calories. Yesterday she spent 5,000. She consumed nearly 10,000, but it seems like we are going to have to try and get nearly engorged here. We will stop eating. We don't want to overdo it there, but yeah, oh boy. Okay, hopefully that'll help us stay away from being underweight. Now, I did talk about us having to try and get our genome under control. So the way that we're going to be able to do that is through getting our applied science higher. Right now we have an applied science of 3. It's going to have to be better than that. And of course, we might not actually have the recipes to be able to do much of the things that we want to do, purifiers and whatnot. We do have one lab journal here, but we may need to try and get back underground to really be able to attempt to try and get our genome under control. But I think we can start with some of that reading. Oh, we throw up. Okay, all right, and we're peckish again. Okay, let's try and take it easy then on the consumption of fat. Nauseous. All right. We'll give it a little while then. We'll pop on over here though. We will light the candle. We're probably going to need to grab another one of those. Yep, we'll go for you. And let's have a look at reading here. Applied science. We can get our applied science to 6 using the biodiesel handbook here. And it's not fun. There's the biofuel one that's up here as well. Modern chemistry is a boring book though, it would seem. So then, we're going to be kicking things off with the biodiesel handbook, just reading along. And I would hope that Elliot is going to be able to read a little bit with us here. This is going to take time, but hey, we need to recover, so this is okay. And actually, you know what? It's probably dawn out, so we should be able to get a little bit of light. And I think the safest way for us to do that is to get that light upstairs. So let's call this our little reading room, and yeah, it most certainly can be just that. All right. Oh, and Elliot, it does seem like he wants to go to sleep, so we're just going to tell him. Miscellaneous rules, sleep when you feel tired. Okay, I just told him to clear overrides. There we have it. Okay, all right. So I think there were some overrides that was stopping him from just falling asleep. Oh, and we're famished now. Okay, all right, so while he's sleeping, let's go back downstairs and hit the fat again. Hey, there we go. And let's make sure we take our multivitamins as well. Delicious, delicious. We will get to eating better food, I promise. Oh, I do wonder, the acoustic guitar that's downstairs, I wonder if we could pluck away at that while we're reading, because our focus isn't going to be very good right now because our mood is kind of terrible. I mean, still, we are learning. It's too bright to sleep. Oh, we fell asleep again for a moment there. You're suddenly overcome with the urge to sleep and you pass out. It doesn't seem like we sleep for that long. I mean, like, I hope that we don't. Oh, we're very light sensitive now. You really are just becoming a vampire, Dusk. Very light sensitive. That's unfortunate. Sunlight makes you uncomfortable. If you're outdoors during the day, you suffer -1 to all stats, -2 if the weather is sunny. So far, she has come from being a plant, and she is experiencing an unidentified illness right now. Frequent hunger. You aren't sure what's wrong with you, but you don't feel well. Yeah, we're famished again. Okay, what's going on, Dusk? Why are you so hungry all the time? What have we come into contact with that could have messed us up? And what can we take to potentially help? We'll take some antihistamines. I mean, maybe there might be something there. We could take some antibiotics. Let's just take a little. We'll make sure that we're dosed up decently on our multivitamins. We'll save the stimulants and sedatives and the narrow spectrum stuff until we maybe get an idea of what's going on. Yeah, it's probably from just eating raw fat. I gotta say, it's probably from that. Because we can eat the fat and be okay. Maybe let's just drink some wine, Because we've still got a lot of calories coming in at the moment. We're not famished anymore, at least we were for like a second. Now we're peckish over there. It says we're hungry here. I don't know what to believe. We don't have a chemical imbalance, but there's something strange going on there, Dusk. Yeah, well, we can't really go out until we're fully healed up, so we might as well continue to make use of the time that we got to read. Let's actually just crouch down in this chair, try and get a little comfy, and just flick through the book further. Your bowels ache, okay? Oh, Elliot just lost his slimy mutation. Just disappeared, okay? There is definitely something new going on with the diseases, or at least what we're experiencing at the moment, this unidentified illness. Look, I don't think we need to be a rocket scientist here. It's probably the fat. We fell asleep. Okay. No, stop trying to fall asleep. Get up, Dusk. My gosh. Keep on reading, please. Okay. Well, we just got our theoretical knowledge up as Elliot developed thorns. Plant man. 100% plant, man. Wild. Absolutely wild. And we're seeing a fly now over towards the east. Oh, that's no small fly. That's a big fly. It's just buzzing about. Mutant horsefly. Well then. Okay, so getting pretty warm inside at the moment. We've got our applied science skill to a higher level, which is good. It means that we're going to have access to different chemical compounds that we wouldn't have otherwise. So hey, that's great. We do really still need to try and get the food situation under control. We haven't found much in the way of seeds, unfortunately. We did have a few seeds early on, but I don't think we still have those in our possession. But we can get seeds by trying to scavenge through bushes. We can find wild greens that way. We just need a efficient way to try and cook inside. We don't have any engines, we don't have any powers, no generators, nothing like that. We're probably gonna have to try and deal with a little bit of this warmth though, aren't we? Yeah, we're wearing too much. That's gonna make us too warm. We're not quite sweating yet, but it could get worse. Okay, all right, let's just take off the Kevlar vest for the moment. It's probably also a fever that we're feeling or that we're experiencing at the moment as well. We haven't really been eating a solid diet, so yeah. Doesn't help. You know, I'm going to go and check the greenhouse just to see whether or not there could be anything there still. Stuff that just wasn't growing fully before. Yeah, I don't think we quite got a fever going yet, but we are warm. Okay, well, let's get that umbrella out for now. And which way do we want to go? Let's go out the left-hand side. Put a plank over the pit, close the door behind us. Okay. We're not getting the status effects at the moment, which is great. It means that the umbrella is doing what it's meant to be doing. Okay, it's definitely warm out here. Okay, you have no fertilizer for the rose. So are these all just roses? It seems like that's the case. Right, well, we don't really need roses exactly, but there ain't much that we can do to change that. We may have seeds in here. It would make sense for that to be the case. Now, I wouldn't be against us practicing our skill here. We do want to try and get our focus up higher though. And obviously we still have more hunger that we are dealing with as well. Okay. The text might be out of date here on the oven. It does say it can safely contain a fire, although it's not adequately ventilated, so we'd be dealing with smoke issues. That's okay if that's the case. I really hope it's not screwing with us. Wow, we do actually have quite a few more books over here, don't we? Okay, all these books need to go with the rest of our other books. Nice. We might have actually had access to other books down here that could potentially help us out. I mean, there's the purification scrolls there. Oh, and there's two of them as well. So I think we've had a weird duplication thing happen with the with our e-ink tablet PC, which still doesn't have any stored books. No, it doesn't. Well, let's make sure we turn that back off then. Yeah, so we could try and cook in the oven. Let's just move 2 planks across for now, because I think if we can just make some straight up crackling, that would probably be better for our body in general. Connect disconnected oven to the grid. I mean, that's not going to help us. We don't have any power running to the house at the moment. There's nothing active. We are just going to go and start a fire down here, though. You know, we should have water just to be safe. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go get some water. Actually, I mean, we've got the fruit wine. Look, if it's an emergency, we'll use the fruit wine. But for now, we'll use our butane lighter. We'll start our fire here. And we'll hope that it's going to be okay. I mean, obviously, we are going to be quite warm, so we might just need to leave some of our equipment off for now, just to kind of have our home gear. You know what? I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to leave other equipment here for now. Okay, there we go. A little bit more casual. Okay, we're considerably warm down there, so there's definitely something going on with our temperature, I think. We don't want to be down there for too long cooking. We should be okay in this position here. I think we might still actually be able to cook from here. I think we might just need some light though to do it. Crackling. Yeah, okay. Too dark. Okay, fine. Let's light a candle then. All right, Dusk. Cooked food is on the way. 1 hour and 46 minutes. Let's do it. And there we go. 70 crackling. That should do us well. It's going to last a week. The calories are more spread out, but it's enjoyable. It's an enjoyable way for us to consume a large amount of fat. We're satisfied, we're feeling good, wonderful. Okay, so that's that. Now, We don't have any water in this place at all at the moment, and it still hasn't rained. We've got our funnel outside. We may have to collect some water. Ideally, we do that at night. We're actually approaching night at the moment, and Dusk is looking pretty well healed. Let's just go on over, use our towel, and I suppose we could try and extinguish this, couldn't we? Nope. We cannot. Not right now, because it's in there. It's a weird thing. If we try and interact with it, it thinks we're trying to disconnect it or connect it, so that's alright. I generally think it's going to be good practice for us to try and just stay in lighter equipment while we're at home, because there's no point in us having all of our stuff on. Our focus is already a lot better. I mean, because we ate a lot of cracklin, so that definitely helped. So let's extinguish the candle for now. I'm going to let a little bit of light in, or rather maybe we should just do this upstairs for now, as we wait for the last of the light to diminish. Elliot is still asleep at the moment, okay. Yeah, we don't seem to mind the light inside so much, that's good. So, Dusk, vampire you, let's have a look at doing some other practice here. Yes, I would like to try this knockdown technique here to see if we can somehow master it. Oh, okay. So this is an interesting combination of things that has occurred here for us. We were attempting to unlock new capabilities within our mind as we were meditating, but then Dusk registers a buzzing in her senses. It's getting louder and her head starts to throb. Somewhere nearby, a tiny cataclysm has begun. Check your mission log for details. Stop meditating? Yes. There is a portal storm raging outside, an early portal storm, and we can detect something close by. The center of the storm. Where exactly are you then? Oh man, it's in the air again. So that is unfortunate. I don't think that we can reach the center of the storm in the air there. Unless we were able to climb up on something, and I don't think there's anything for us to climb up to over there. We're hungry again. We're still considered underweight, so I think we're just going to go downstairs and try and eat some more food. We are still dealing with this unidentified illness, but I think we should still be under the effects of antibiotics. We are, and the antihistamines. I mean, Dusk is happy right now, even with this portal storm raging outside. As tempted as I am to go out, I don't think we're going to. I am aware that there are some links to the mind over matter stuff and portal storms, but yeah, with that being in the air, I don't think we can do anything about that. We're not going to be able to reach that. I mean, we could try. Has the sun set yet? No, and I don't think it's going to set for a while. Just looking outside, seeing all of these tiny portals popping into existence. No, we will stay for now. Let's eat the cracklin. We're going to get more thirsty, unfortunately, by doing that. Not by a massive amount, but I guess it still counts. Hey, we do still have the fruit wine. That is going to quench us a little bit. So we will go and knock that back there. Dusk is feeling satisfied. Okay, let's just go back upstairs and we're going to continue to try and meditate. Let's just stay crouched down though, just in case. Okay, and we will stop meditating there. Elliot is in need of water. He is awake. Dusk's stomach is still a mess. And I don't think she has unlocked those new abilities yet, but hey, the portal storm has stopped outside, so we got that going for us. She's still feeling a little tipsy at the moment. Oh, and I know there have been some questions about Dusk's skill with the longsword. She has 100% familiarity with longswords now. I can't see any record of how far she's made it into learning how to shove down, I think with force shove. But yes, for now, we'll focus on getting some water sorted. So, Elliot, let's have a chat first of all. Have a look at you, because, yeah, you got thorns now. Your skin is covered in small woody thorns. Whenever an unarmed opponent strikes a part of your body that is not covered by clothing, they will receive minor damage. Your punches may also deal extra damage, so he can't wear clothing over much of his body. You know what? He is wearing the robe at the moment. We could take the robe off, because then when anything tries to hit his bark, it's going to have a bad time. I think we're going to ask for the robe back. Or what we can do here is just talk to him, or rather sort armor, and then we just hit U, which is unequip. Remove the plague robe. As cool as it is, he is going to be more comfortable having it off, and things will just be able to, take damage. He does still have the ballistic vest on. I think it's still worth having that. It's an extra layer of really good protection, specifically ballistic protection. I want him to be protected from getting shot. It is my worst fear. So, Dusk, we are going to get you suited up and ready to go. Okay, that is everything. It's a lot of equipment for her to put on, so I can understand why it would be uncomfortable to have that on all day. Okay, so heading on outside. We are not going to have our longsword equipped right away. Let's go and take the funnel down for now. And the aluminium keg, we can just pick it up for the moment. And, okay, it is held in our lifting field. Now, it's a bit of a strain, but we can carry it back even with it filled with water. And I think we're going to have to try and do that tonight. So the closest water to us is over by the Orc village. So this could be a 2 birds with 1 stone kind of situation. We could see what's going on with this Orc village. They may be peaceful. We don't know, but we're going to find that out together. We will have to occasionally wait for Elliot to catch back up with us. I'm just going to take these safety glasses off to see if we get any better sight. A tiny amount. So I guess it does still make a difference, even if it's a tiny bit of encumbrance. Oh, okay, what's that there? Oh boy, great, wonderful, a mass grave. Okay, so let's not go that way then. Elliot, you still with me? Okay, good. All right, let's travel south for a little bit, and then we're going to start cutting in towards some Japanese knotweed. Okay, no, we're going in the direction of the Orc village. Our longsword is a little damaged. Would be good to get something fresh. We are slightly tired. I'm tempted for us to maybe take some prescription stimulants, but we don't actually have those with us right now, so we're not going to do that. That's fine. We are just going to take some caffeinated chewing gum instead to help try and offset that tiredness, because I'm terrified of our narcolepsy affecting us while we are in the middle of things. If we fall asleep while we are fighting orcs, we're not going to have a good time. Torso's getting warm again, huh? Yeah, our temperature has seemed to be a bit higher, but then again, we are getting further into spring, closer to summer, so that is kind of understandable. Okay, alright, we are by the edge of the palisade at the moment. I don't want to fight until we can drop our backpack, and I don't want to drop our backpack until we're closer to the entrance here. Okay, already we are seeing bones and whatnot, and this is looking very similar. Yeah, heaps of gore, human bones and skulls. Elliot, stay with me. Don't get distracted by all of the magnificent smells. Okay, this is the front. So we're going to drop the hiking backpack here. I think it's probably still worth us keeping the AR on us. The encumbrance is negligible for us to have a very decent tool at our side. Oh, okay, this is the water. Right. Okay, so the entrance must be on this side then? I think that's what we're looking at. I'm still okay, yeah, I'm still okay with the backpack being up where it was. So, we want to go into this situation carefully, because we know how deadly Orc warriors can be. This one's making its way on over towards us at the moment. Okay, striking out towards it, we stun it. That's what we like to see. Badly bleeding, stunned, wonderful. We start to go to work and, ooh, okay, a little bit of damage there, a little bit more damage, more than I would like. Okay, but the Orc warrior is down, and it has dropped a longsword, a fresh longsword at that. So we're going to go and pick that up. And another appears in the night. Okay, so we're going to step backwards here. Ideally, they will step towards us. We don't want to be fighting two here if we can avoid it. We got better at dodging there. Elias is very dodgy in his own way. This one here is nearly dead. I'm tempted to throw it back, but there we go. It just bled to death as we missed it. How good would a mind hammer be here? Let's see. We're going to reach out with our mind and try to slam it. We lose concentration. Blood is trickling down Dusk's leg. She tries again, slamming the Orc warrior and doing 8 damage. She managed to down it. Okay, we like to see that. The twins strike at the Orc. It's just hanging on by a thread. And there we go. Another is downed. Elliot is healing Dusk. Thank you very much. Yeah, we need to make sure that we keep him equipped with a load of medical gear, because this is very handy to have him just heal us like so. That's another longsword, a fresh longsword. Let's try and make sure that we kind of keep that off towards the side for the moment. We're going to smash these corpses because Zorks, we know that Zorks are not fun. Okay, That's bad, I think. Let's stop catching our breath. That's a Ceratosaurus. Okay. It is hostile. It cannot currently see us. It is a large, fast, predatory, bipedal dinosaur, decorated with 3 colorful horns on its head and dotted with bright skin bones, with long, sharp teeth and a long, flexible tail. No doubt something rather dangerous. So let's try and get away from that. And honestly, if we can lure it into here, I think that'll start to do work for us. But right now, Elliot is making that a little difficult. So, Elliot, if you'd be so kind, we're going to try and pull you away. There we go. And we take the corpse with him. Okay, not exactly what I intended to do, but here we are. Okay, we've got ourselves an orc warrior. Let's start to strike at them. Elliot, hopefully, will help us here. Okay, all right, we managed to send that one reeling. It's quite damaged, so that's really good. Let's just turn our attention to this one. As it starts to make its way in there, that's really good. These attacks do a lot of damage, but then again, they can do that damage to us too. That one needs to go. We got it down. Let's turn our attention to this orc warrior. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to keep this up. We are taking far too many wounds here. I think we're going to try and shove you back just so that we can have a little bit of a breather here, because honestly, Elliot, I mean, the dude is kind of a monster. He's doing a fantastic job here, and I don't think that they're actually hurting him. That's wild. That is wild. He's dodging them, he's blocking their attacks, and he's also managing to absorb some of that damage. Okay, Elliot is healing. Thank you, Elliot. Let's just drop the longsword just so we can stop the bleeding that is currently occurring. Okay, that's good. All right, we don't want to hang around here. Not with the damage we are currently sustaining, but we also don't want them to come back to life. So let's just quickly check them over. I mean, there's a longsword, but we don't necessarily need it. We're going to have a quick look in this room here. We're just trying to see if there's anything that could be of use here. There's a canvas sack, no doubt, that has some things that Elliot would rather like. Let's see, it does. Okay, we will take the smoked sucker because we know that it lasts, and let's just see if that dino has made it in here or not. I think it might have. Okay, there's a fair amount of blood there. That might just be from us. I think it is. Okay, peeking into here, what do we have? A bone skewer and a makeshift wooden arrow and some more canvas sacks. Okay. Brother, the things that we do for you. The waste bread we can also look at taking. Let's see what we've got in here. Vacuum packed meat. It's not a lot of calories. We have a lot of crackling at home. Makeshift wooden arrow over there as well. Okay. The bone skewer is nothing special. Okay. I'm just ready to back away should we need to. Like, I feel like we probably should here. What we're probably going to do instead is we're just going to try and mind hammer from a distance as Elliot kind of holds them. Let's see how that goes, Dusk. I mean, it's good damage. 18 damage is damage, and it's staggered as well. We need to make sure that we're not injuring ourselves here. I mean, hurling it against the wall also seemingly works rather well. Let's catch our breath again. I think we are going to be trying to utilize our telekinetic powers here a little bit more. Okay, that's some more good stuff by the looks of things. There's human bones here, smoked sucker, and some more vacuum-packed meat. We will stop though. Okay, I swear I said stop, but okay. All right, let's move up here to the north. We are going to force shove it away. It slams into the wall there. The impact killing it. And that is another walk warrior. Walk warrior? No, orc warrior, rather. Okay, all right. And we're going to try and do the same thing here. For shove, it is already injured, and that is enough to take it out. So that seems to be the way to do it. Okay, now you're going to be a little bit more tricky, or rather, maybe not. You jumped in the perfect position there. Let's shove you against the wall there. It's good damage, and then ideally, a mind hammer to finish things. Not quite enough to do it, but I think Elliot might be able to finish it off here. I mean, he's certainly trying. We do have another that's going to cause problems for us, so we're going to go and force shove that, slam it against the wall. It is nearly dead at this stage, so one more slam should be enough to do it. It is. Okay, we're relying on our powers a little much here. We lost our concentration, but there we go. Okay, let's see. There is another in this room here. If we move away, we may be able to get away with getting our stamina back. We can. Okay, Elliot, let's grab what we need to for you. And yes, I know, these two taking human flesh from this place, it's not the kind of thing that heroes do. But right now, they're not claiming to be that. They are surviving, just. Okay, all right, slam you back there, and let's try and move around. do the same thing again. I'm not sure where we sent you. Just down here. Excellent. There we go. Oh, some scrap leg guards on this one down here. More orc warriors. Okay, not surprised. I also don't know if we are going to find anything valuable here. It seems that the orcs just hold on to meat and weapons, and that's about it. Okay, that was a leap, surely. Let's force shove that one back there. We're losing our concentration more often than not now. A 1.2% failure chance. I'm surprised there's something else going on there. It steps in. Elliot does not take the strike. Dusk finishes it off as she starts to bleed, and she starts to feel that loss of stamina. Okay, alright, backing off again. Let's shove you back there. Give Elliot a little bit of breathing room. There we go. Thank you, brother. And if you could, assist us. He starts to wrap a bandage around Dusk's leg. There we go. The bleeding stops. Okay. Well, our current longsword is holding up. No one else in here, huh? And nothing. I think we probably call it after this bit here. We do have some canvas sacks by the door, so let's go for them. Human lard. I mean, Elliot would go for it, but we'd have to process it, and Dusk isn't gonna go that far. Okay, yeah, that's that. We're not gonna risk any more. We'd need to be wary that there could be a large dinosaur at the entrance here. Seems like he's moved on. Good, good. Now, do we want to grab another longsword while we're here? It's probably worth us doing. We've sacrificed a bit of health to do all of this, so yeah. And now, what we really came here for. Oh, we can probably get rid of that note. I figured it would have gotten rid of it. And there's one down here as well, so yeah. I will just have to remember to remove those going forwards. But water, we need a lot of it. Let's go and pour that into, well, ideally, the aluminium keg, which currently has probably human meat in it. Let's unload that and put it back into our lifting field. There we go. Okay, that should be better now. It's going to be a lot of water, 50 liters worth. It is filled to the brim. Dusk struggling to hold onto it with her mental will. She is in severe pain. She is tired. She is ready to be back home. And so that's where we're going to go. That's where we need to be. Let's get a move on. Okay, and we are back. Elliot, jump on over. Let's grab that plank. Okay, now that keg, we are just going to sit that next to here. It's a considerable amount of water, but it is water that we need to try and process. For now, we're not going to try and be fancy with it. We are just going to go and fill up our canteens. We're going to have to get that one back from Elliot. Oh, okay. I just saw the purification tablets. We can actually select the keg. I don't know if it's going to be able to do all of it. It can do the whole thing. It can do, okay. Well, that changes things. Yeah, that changes things a little bit. Okay. Well then, I suppose we might as well still purify Elliot's canteen for him. There you go, lad. Have a good slurp. And going forwards, we have water right here. Very, very useful. Okay, Dusk, severe pain. We are going to have a codeine, 2 aspirin, and I would say she should sleep it off, but it is night, and Dusk should be awake at night, not during the day, not with her light sensitivity being what it is. So I think we're going to continue to try and practice our ability. And actually thinking about it, there are a few other things that we can attempt to really get good at here. Extended channeling being one of those things. Now I think before we try and work on anything like that, I think I'd like to try and see if we can utilize that acoustic guitar. Now we might not be able to use that and, practice at the same time. Also, the acoustic guitar is loud. I do recognize that, but just having that little bit of extra joy can help with our overall focus. Okay, yep, we got the guitar. All right, so let's go upstairs just because I'm trying to think about how the sound is going to travel a little bit. I feel like it might be a little bit better doing this up here. Do we need to see to be able to practice this? It's slower in the current lighting, so no, let's get some light. Let's start playing the guitar. There we go, strumming a few chords there, Dusk. Excellent. Okay, and while she's doing that, I think we're going to stick with the plan. We are just going to continue to try and practice this force shove down. And I mean, we completed it, but nothing really seemed to come from that. So maybe we try and focus on some of those other things that we got going on. We will take a little bit more aspirin. We are considered to be a normal weight now, so that's good. We are still suffering from our unidentified illness. Let's look into practicing our psionic channeling and our thought form construction here. Yeah, let's give it a shot. We can see as Dusk is practicing here, well, for one, she fell asleep because she's narcoleptic, but playing the guitar is actually helping her. We can see her focus slowly going up over time. Elliot, did you fall asleep? No, he's still awake. He's just hanging out there. Do you have something to drink? You've got something to drink downstairs. Fine, we'll give you our canteen. There you go. Enjoy. And let's get back to it. Thought that might happen. So the sound has probably carried a little bit here. That didn't sound good. That's down below. Okay, time to blow out that candle. Time to get the longsword in hand. Time to move. Okay, don't know what that's gonna be, but something smashed glass. Okay, so it's probably in this room here. We're gonna drop the hiking backpack. Okay, it's not as bad as it could have been. This can all be repaired. That's very annoying though. Okay, alright, it's throwing up in our general direction. It's time to bring the mind hammer down on top of the boomer, and we've got to strike again. Dusk reaching out, slamming it. It explodes. Okay. Man, we're famished again. I honestly think it's the concentration. It's something like that. That is unfortunate that the windows have been blown out, but it can be fixed. Let's get rid of the rest of the glass, and I know that's going to make an unfortunate amount of noise, but all we need is nails and planks to fix what has been broken here, and we do still have enough of them kicking about. Perhaps we will not be playing the acoustic guitar here in the future. Does look like we might need to take apart another bookshelf, so you know what, we're going to have a look at taking this one here. Oh, and Elliot will let you through the beaded curtain. Okay, time to get to work, Dusk. With Elliot helping, this should hopefully be a little bit faster. And hey, I mean, it worked as far as an early warning system goes. We heard them before they got in here, so that's good. Right, we are famished. It is 3 o'clock in the morning, not quite time to go to sleep yet, but we're going to pop down to the kitchen and we are going to eat, wherever they are, our crackling. Is it just actually in our backpack? No, we've got our backpack on, right? No, we don't. Here it is. Okay. Okay. That's not the crackling. Interesting. Let's give the other food to Elliot now before I forget about that. All that smoked sucker, we will send his way. And also any of the vacuum-packed meat slices. There you go. Enjoy. Oh, okay, they're up here. Right, had me concerned for a moment there. All right, let's just munch down on a load of those. Have our breakfast of multivitamins. And I am aware that having too many multivitamins can be a bad thing as well. I'm just trying to stay on top of our vitamins as best we can. All right, and yeah, heading back up here, we'll continue what we were doing. Now, interestingly enough, I don't think that was the concentration proficiency that we were working on. Yeah, no, it was psionic channeling and thought form construct. I don't know what that's going to give us, but it's required to practice more esoteric psionic abilities. That sounds really cool. Maybe getting the concentration side of things down would be the right thing to do first, but I'm honestly trying to remember which one that comes under. Maybe it's practice-based. Doesn't seem to be. So yeah, you know what? We're gonna keep at that then. And I think we're probably gonna cut it off there. Yep, 6 o'clock in the morning. We're famished yet again. Oh, man. And Elliot wants some more water. What's new? What's new? Dusk seems to be doing totally fine, thirst-wise at the moment. I'll just get Elliot loaded up with those 2 canteens. There we go. He's drinking happily now. And Dusk, she's going to be munching down on all of that crackling before she goes to sleep. I'm just making sure that that's going to stick before we actually do get to sleep here. Okay, we seem to be good. We're managing. Well, even if it takes a while, we are going to try and get some shut-eye now. As the evening arrives, Dusk is still feeling not great. Even with all the calories that she consumed yesterday, it's still not quite enough. And today, I mean, we are consuming more calories than we are expending. Yet, here we are, famished and underweight, and with an unidentified illness still. Let's go and rebandage some of the wounds that we have, as the quality of those bandages would have degraded a little over time. Elliot is awake at the moment, which is good. Means we've got him with us. We're going to be having a little bit of water to kick off, and then we're going to go straight into the cracklin, which we are going to need to get more of, it looks like. We're satisfied at the moment. I'm trying to eat until we're just full. There we go. A lot of calories. It should be enough. We'll see whether or not it is. We're going to have to go hunting again soon, I think. For now, though, we go back upstairs. Our focus is looking great at the moment. That's wonderful. We're going to light a candle. Elliot, you're going to join us. Let's get comfy on this chair here, and we're going to try and focus some more. Well, folks, we've just consumed the last of the cracklin that we had. There's still some mutant fat in the fridge. We probably don't want to be eating that right now, as I think that's kind of what's thrown us a bit in general. It is so difficult to know what we're experiencing here, but it's something gut related. It's related to what we're eating. It could be that we are consuming too many vitamins at the moment. I'm not sure if our healthcare was higher, if we could diagnose what was occurring. We're at a healthcare of 3, which isn't bad, but realistically, whether or not this goes away anytime soon, we are going to have to consume more. We're going to have to get more to eat. So as much as I would like to continue to try and stretch and expand our mind, we're going to have to hunt. We did see a very large creature, a large dinosaur, back over by that orc encampment. But if we can't preserve that food, if we can't make it last, then it's no good for anyone. So we're going to need to do something about all of that. We're going to need a smoker. We're going to need other tools. We've got a lot of rock outside, so I think we're going to have to start utilizing some of that stuff. Now, we do have the shed that's out here. If we can lockpick our way into there, then we can get all that stuff constructed in there. We are feeling satisfied at the moment, so I'm willing to try and see if we can get a lockpick made and see if we can actually get that thing open properly. And I'd like to try and get in there without having to completely destroy the door. So for now, we are going to deconstruct this shelving here, and we're probably going to have to try and get some of the metal into smaller pieces. Let's have a look at our picks here, what we need exactly for an improvised one. Scrap metal, just in general. Hairpin or wire. We have found wire in a few different places, but you do need to have a hairpin to go with it. But just scrap metal, we can put together an improvised lockpick. But unfortunately, all those things there, we need to have a proper metal saw. We need to have a hacksaw to be able to take them apart. Medium tin can though, that can give us some scrap metal. Okay, and we've got a lot of trash actually just down in this bin here. I make sure to kind of keep all of our trash because we don't know when it's going to be useful. So the large tin cans will give us 3 scrap metal. That's a little bit better. Improvised lockpick. Okay, let's make 3 of them, as Elliot will actually be able to assist us in making those. There we go, we got that done. Now let's take them on outside. Oh, okay, it's the morning. Okay, all right, let's wield that umbrella of ours. Set up our plank. Elliot, you know what? Actually, stick along, just in case. We don't know what we're gonna run into out here. Let's actually just crouch down by it and see if we can learn a little bit more. Our focus is good, so we should be doing a little bit better here. Got our devices skill up, and just to remind you of where we are at, we've got halfway there in our lockpicking. Okay, and we've gone about as long as I am willing to at the moment because we are getting hungry incredibly quickly. We're going directly to famished from hungry, just so fast. Yes, we do have a fast metabolism, but there is something else going on with this unidentified illness. It's definitely stomach-based, so I don't think that we're processing things properly. We did get a little bit better at lockpicking. It is a slow process to learn though. The picks are light though, so we're going to keep them on us. Now, we don't want to be hunting during the day, so I think we're going to need to just have the mutant fat that is in there stashed away in the fridge. Now, we might be able to make crackling with it, which would be at least a little bit more enjoyable, I think. Yeah, we can do it with mutant fat. That is indeed possible. It would give us 7 portions, which I think would work out to be around about the same. So, we've got a wooden panel over here. We're going to chuck that into the stove. And in the process of trying to get that going, I've accidentally picked up and put down the oven, connecting it and disconnecting it from the grid. So I don't trust that this is going to contain fire properly, because we may just be lighting the floor on fire, because it does say vehicle oven here. Taking it down, plugging it in, etc. It doesn't really seem to do anything for us, unfortunately. So You know what? We're just going to have to bite the bullet. Yup, we're going to drink that fruit wine, and we're going to have to go and try and rest the day away. I am tempted to take another antibiotic because we're not under the effects of one at the moment. So I'm going to try and see if we can keep that up. I'm going to get off of the multivitamins just for the moment though, because I still do think that that might be the cause of our ailment here, but I think it's probably more that we're on the Hilma Baron diet. Okay, well, Dusk, we've got to try and rest it out. Here we go. 5 o'clock. She awakens, famished and underweight. Elliot asleep in the bed next to her. Putting on the hiking backpack, Dusk is going to be setting out to hunt. She needs to get something, and I also need to determine whether or not it is going to be safe to light fires in this going forwards. I don't know if it is. But like I was saying, making a smoker outside should also be a priority of us. A smoking rack is easy enough for us to make. Food handling 2 and fabrication 3, a load of planks or sticks. Currently, we do have a food handling of 2, and we have a fabrication of nearly 3, so we can get that going. We would also need some kind of method to get charcoal. A charcoal kiln will do that for us. We just need a load of rocks. We've got a load of rocks outside. And of course, we need fabrication 3 to be able to do that. So instead of us going out and immediately trying to hunt right now, we may want to try and get those things built. At the same time though, we're currently famished. So just getting a kill in could make a big difference. I hate to do it, but yeah, we are just going to have to go out. It is later in the day, so I don't think the sun is going to affect us too much. That's a lie. It starts to irritate us near immediate. So yeah, let's get the umbrella on then. We got the rifle. Let's see what we can find around us here. Honestly, making our way on over towards the river isn't a bad option. The forest can also provide for us. And, you know, while I have been thinking about animals primarily, we should not neglect the fact that we can still find things out in the underbrush. So it's worth us searching through where we can. And hey, if we end up seeing anything living, then we'll go for it. But you know, I think the item spawn rate is also going to affect the underbrush, so we'll see how that pans out for us. Oh, okay. Well, there's a Camptosaurus nest over here. The world provides, huh? Okay, well that's a dangerous one. So, let's see if we can make out. Well, we can see some Camptosaurus, and we can see eggs. Okay, well, we know how much we can get from those eggs. Camptosaurus, they are slow, but they are incredibly strong. So let's try and go about this cautiously if we can. What have we got? 12 Camptosaurus eggs here. Okay, well, we can't take all 12. Oh, no, we can. It's just weight that's an issue. Let's take all of them. I know that's incredibly greedy, but we're just going to try and get away with that, Dusk. And let's just kind of huddle behind the tree like the mongoose that we are. Oh my gosh, that is it. That's our way to at least get some of this going. Okay, all right, well, we've got a fat zombie coming towards us, so yes, we will stop consuming. Okay, we didn't manage to get the egg in. We are gonna have to deal with you, aren't you? We are gonna have to deal with you. Let's try and mind hammer. Okay, we're gonna have to wait for you to get a little bit closer before we can attempt that. There we go. All right, 27 damage. Nice. It's got it staggered as well. I wonder if we can try and just shove you into the tree, if that would work out for us. Let's see, we just need to try and get the angle just right. That might work for us at the moment. Let's go and force shove you back. Oh, it does. Slamming them against there. Damn, nice. We will take that MJ. And let's see if we can get away from this other zombie that's around here somewhere. Again, we're just wanting to hide for a moment here to eat our egg. It does take 5 minutes and 10 seconds to fully consume it though, because this is snake meal. The one meal we eat, it's going to sustain us for pretty much the whole day. Okay, Dusk. Right, we're very, very over encumbered at the moment. All right, snake time. There we go. We've eaten that entire egg. It's good for our health. It quenches us. It's got a ton of calories, and the shelf life, 4 weeks. That is our route. That right there is our larder. Okay, that now enables us to focus on other things. Yes, we're still underweight, so we're going to have to eat more than one of those eggs today. But all we need to do is pop downstairs and eat. That's just so good. Hello, fly. You're no good for us. But those eggs most certainly are. Now, there is a small chance that they might hatch, which I guess isn't the end of the world if that happens. I think they might have to go to a rotten state before they hatch those, so I think we're okay. 11 Camptosaurus eggs. We somehow fit them into the fridge. Dusk, well done. So then, I wouldn't mind continuing on with the lockpicking. I mean, she's awake right now. I think we're going to continue to try and learn. Focus is still okay at the moment. Yeah. All right, let's stay huddled under the umbrella and actually huddled here and see how we do. All right, she's back to being pretty hungry at the moment. We've damaged our tool a few times, so I think we're just going to head back inside, have ourselves another egg. Okay, we had to stop eating there, so I think we might need to wait until we're famished even to be able to actually get away with eating a full egg. We don't really have an option to eat a smaller amount of egg right now. Finally, the sun has set. So we can lockpick in peace. And I do believe that was our last lockpick that we ended up using there. We're at 67% proficiency, so we're doing okay. And I know we're kind of focusing all over the show at the moment, but I think that does help Dusk stay focused. We're slowly chipping away at these bigger things. And yeah, we won't be going to sleep just yet. We're going to make sure that we have at least one of the eggs in our backpack. We're going to go upstairs and we're going to continue to try and focus. Elliot, you're awake. Let's have a look at you. Okay, all is well with Elliot. Okay, we've had a breakthrough. At least I think. It's a brand new day. Day 90 of spring, and Dusk has figured it out. The concept of taking more time wasn't exactly hard to grasp, but maintaining the images in her mind, keeping her focus on a single train of thought, that was harder. Now you've got it down though. If you take meticulous care in channeling your powers, it will take much longer, but you'll be more likely to succeed. And it's interesting that she's figured that out because we're still at 84% proficiency. I think we'll probably try and keep at it a little longer. Of course, still eating Camptosaurus eggs whenever we can. Oh, would you look at that? Elliot's back to his just jaundiced skin. He still has the protective bark, but I think his philoderm is gone. Yeah, I don't see a philoderm there. Highly vain? Oh my gosh, Elliot. Of course, I guess that comes from him being beautiful. You know you're beautiful, and the world deserves to know about it too. You prefer to show off your stunningly good looks to the world, and you'll be unhappy if you have to cover up your face. Well, thankfully, I don't think you're doing that at all. There's nothing on your head, right? Just your protective bark? Well, will you get upset about having protective bark on your face? Maybe. He's a complicated man. Oh, and as Dusk was continuing to focus, she has mutated a weak scent, and she feels strange, famished, yet again. But that weak scent is certainly going to help her out, especially having her prey animal negative. Weak scent will make her less able to be tracked by animals that track by scent. Good. There we have it. Okay, might have been easy to miss. We'll stop crafting. We just gained 2 proficiencies. Psionic channeling, which we know the basics of focusing your powers into material items. Okay, and thought form construction. You are adept at the focused concentration and elaborate mental exercises required to practice more esoteric psionic abilities. So it took us a lot to get to that point there. So I'd have to think that will help us going forwards in the future. For now though, Dusk, we need to figure out what is going on. She still has an unidentified illness that is causing her to consume a lot. To be fair, she's also spending a lot of calories trying to effectively rewire her brain. We can see that yesterday she spent 6,764 calories. We consumed only 4,000. We've consumed more today, for sure. We are going to have to keep on top of that. And that means just eating all the eggs that we have. That is another 6,500 calories. We've spent nearly 6,000 today. So while it might seem ridiculous that we're eating so many of these eggs, it's the only way that Dusk is able to take on that psychic toll. But surely, this other illness, that is something else that's making it all the more difficult for her to hold on to those calories. And so, we'll have to try and figure out exactly what is going on with our Dusk. But for now, these two have survived another while in the Cataclysm. They managed to sort out some fundamentals today, getting a large source of clean, fresh water, and finding that there's a rather large supply of calories very close by. Now, if we could farm those creatures, I think saving some of those eggs might be worthwhile. Dino ranchers, just like one who came long before them. For now, Legionnaires, I ask you all, if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. As for now, I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.